You want me to sacrifice my mental health for a corporate pizza party? You want above and beyond performance, but the company budget for my raise is not found. Let me check the layout of the contract data missing. From this second forward, I am officially acting my wage.
Watch the automated system shut down.
Slack notifications buzzing right at 7 in the morning. The middle manager typing out a passive-aggressive warning. We need to maximize the synergy. We need to pivot the frame. An absolute exploitation of my identity name. I sit at the desk looking at the spreadsheet grid, regretting every single corporate thing I explicitly did. They want the overtime hours for the empty-handed praise, while the board of directors is counting up the financial raise. No equity available, no percentage of the real stake. The absolute heaviest psychological mistake I could make. So I drop my typing speed down to the minimum line, operating flawlessly on the baseline boundary line. I don't check the emails after 5 on the clock, locking the communication in a permanent block. You call it quiet quitting, call it a lazy design. I call it reclaiming the coordinates that are naturally mine. The HR department is drafting up a behavioral review because I refuse to do the workload of a crew of 2. I look them in the eyes, no hesitation in the face. An independent entity occupying the workspace space. You can keep your hustle culture, keep your LinkedIn posts. I am turning into an unbothered corporate ghost. The infrastructure is hollow, the pillars are made of fraud. An empty simulation that the parasites all applaud.
Clock in on the dot.
Do the bare minimum.
Ooh, clock out on the dot.
Do the bare minimum.
No extra labor passing through the gate today.
At your rave, the system is cold. The sickest exploitation that was ever explicitly told. You want the extra production? Then open up the vault.
The flat line of the momentum is exclusively your fault.
No more above and
The
beyond.
boundary is stone.
Operating on the contract parameters alone.
5:00.
The screen goes dark, the headset drops onto the desk. The company chat is lighting up with emergency red flags. But my availability has officially flatlined for the day. I don't care if the server crashes, I don't care if the client walks. The contract specifies 8 hours and the 9th hour is my territory. Increase the RPM! The corporate atmosphere is thick with panic and distress, trying to force me to clean up their administrative mess. We have emergency deployment happening tonight, while I am walking cleanly out into the evening light. No free
now. Shut the laptop down. Walk out of the room. My time now. The availability is 0 till the morning bell ring. Ring, 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 ring.
The bare minimum.
The protocol is set.
The target accessibility that you ever have met. No extra obligation.
The interface is cold.
The heaviest disconnect that was ever explicitly told. Your promises are fraudulent.
Boardroom is blind.
Lacking my identity.
Entirely out of the working mind. The corporate emergency is not my financial priority. See you tomorrow at 9, and not a second before.
They try to track my active status with the spy software, but I have automated the mouse to move in the air. A mechanical loop simulating the engagement game, protecting the core parameters of my identity name. I am 2 steps ahead of your micromanagement grid. Erase the tracking codes of everything I did.
Shut the laptop down. Walk out of the room. My time now. Shut the laptop down. Walk out of the room. My time now. The availability is 0 till the morning bell ring. Ring, 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 ring.
The bare minimum.
The protocol is set.
The target accessibility that you ever have met.
No extra obligation. The interface is cold.
The heaviest disconnect that was ever explicitly told. Your promises are fraudulent.
Boardroom is blind.
Locking my identity.
Entirely out of the working mind.
At the boardroom table, a collection of vultures in tailor-made suits. They talk about optimizing human capital. They talk about efficiency metrics. But they are just processing your youth, your energy, and your dreams through a corporate meat grinder. They consume your life force, spit out a spreadsheet, and look for the next victim. But my fiber is too tough for your blades to slice. The extraction process stops today.
Brace for the system crash. The quarterly review meeting is a modern arena square. An absolute execution happening right inside the chair. They reviewing the statistics, looking at the graph line, trying to find a way to squeeze the marrow from the spine. Your contribution is standard, but we need a legendary score. While the baseline salaries completely dropping to the floor. The inflation is climbing, but the paycheck is stuck tight. An absolute layout of a financial parasite fight. I look at the CEO posting on the company page, boasting about the profits while freezing the minimum wage. The hypocrisy is heavy, it's sickening, dark exhaust. Calculating the exact magnitude of the human cost. I am just an asset number listed on the spreadsheet row. A disposable soldier fighting in the corporate theater show. But I turn the empathy off, turn the emotional rap clean. Operating strictly like a cold-blooded clinical machine. You want the loyalty, go buy a dog for the house. I am no longer playing the role of your quiet little mouse. I don't smile at the jokes, don't mingle at the fake social stand. Navigating the parameters of this highly corrupted land. The contract is a weapon, the contract is a steel shield. The hardest independent worker taking control of the field. You cannot shame me with your corporate culture code. Ready to witness the entire matrix completely explode.
Sign the contract, text, do the regular work.
Sign the contract, text, do the regular work.
The exploitation blueprint has officially met its match.
Yeah, the meat grinder, the boardroom is live.
See if the remnants of your fraud can't even survive.
You trading the life for the stock market share.
Operating coldly from the middle of nowhere.
The machine is stalling. The system is dead.
A permanent lockout happening inside of the head.
You thought I was was desperate for this cubicle. You thought fear of the spreadsheet would keep my head down forever. But I've been building my own empire on your electricity. Moving to the final alignment.
I check the clock numbers, counting down the final beat, preparing the extraction path directly to the concrete street. No loyalty remaining for a system built on the lie, staring at your corporate empire with a stone cold eye. Sovereign independent entity taking custody of the whole, the absolute termination of the corporate mind control.
Sign the contract, text, do the regular work. Sign the contract, text, do the regular work. The exploitation blueprint has officially met its match.
Yours, the meat grinder, the boardroom is live.
See if the remnants of your fraud can't even survive.
You trading the lie for the stock market share.
Operating coldly from the middle of nowhere.
The machine is stalling. The system is dead.
A permanent lockout happening inside of the head.
The 2 weeks' notice has officially expired. The resignation letter is sitting on the glass desk like a declaration of war. No exit interview, no corporate feedback loop, no final exit survey. You can't document a soul that you never truly owned.
The ID badge is hitting the plastic basket. I am stepping out of the skyscraper, completely untouched.
Listen to the final alignment of freedom.
I walk through the revolving doors, the exit is whole, an absolute reclamation of the cold-blooded soul. The security badges drop directly inside the trash, watching the entire corporate manipulation game start to crash. The structural layout has zero authority on my stride, sovereign independent creator on the internal inside. I don't look back at
ghost.